What is up, guys? Steel City Dashcam here. Now, right off the bat, I'm sure some people, maybe, are noticing that this does not look like the normal vehicle that I get footage from, and that's correct. So this video, I just want to add, is going to be a bit all over the place because I'm just going over a bunch more changes as I'm trying. Now that I have a routine, now that I kind of know how everything's going to work, and I have some more things settled in and settled down, my plans for the future with the channel, what kind of content you're going to see, and some stuff that makes it easier on me, but also gives us some variety outside of the norms. So, to get right into it, this view looks a little different because I have a new car. I now do own two vehicles. I still have the sticker car, which we'll get into in a little bit, but this is a 2016 Mazda 3 iSport, base model. I wanted it that way. Literally the only option it has is the Bluetooth, which is the only one I wanted. I bought it with 4,200 miles on it, and that is not, I'm not misspeaking, it was that low mileage. I won't go too much into price, but I'm paying about the same as any other Mazda 3 of this year was going for, with that low of a mile. Well, that low of mileage. So, expect to see more of this, and expect to see little tutorial things here and there probably, as I learn to do things on this vehicle, and as I inevitably do some mods, which I will get into a little bit later in this video. So that being said, new car also means new camera. I believe I had mentioned in my previous video that I bought a Nazzini dash cam. It's a 1080p dash cam. It's nice mid-range, nothing too crazy, but it gets the job done, and it honestly has really good picture quality and audio quality. I bought a second one, so my Pilot has one that lives in it, and I have hardwired one into the Mazda. The other cam setup thing that changes is my goal is to not use that old iPhone anymore, even in work vehicles. What I did is the rear camera that was in the Pilot, I've now taken, I'm actually headed to the hardware store to find a little piece that it's missing to fix it. But I am using that in the work vehicles and keeping it in my toolbox that I bring on all my gigs and whatnot. So, I will have a front camera from, give or take, a couple random scenarios, but it should be in the vehicle almost any time I drive, no matter who's driving. And yeah, so you can expect a lot of different angles from a lot of different vehicles. The work vehicles, which is actually my next topic, so I'm kind of glad I'm going into that. Expect to see, this Mazda, expect to see the Pilot, but you will also see, this is not an exhaustive list, you're going to see a couple 26-foot box trucks, you're going to see a 20-foot box truck, you're going to see a 16-foot box truck, you're going to see a 14-foot box truck. We have two vans, we got some F-150s, you're going to see a Ford Maverick on occasion. On any number of vehicles that I'm required to drive for work as we get more vehicles and as I have to drive different things. You'll also occasionally see my friend's RAV4 that I'm holding on to. And you'll occasionally see if I'm riding in someone else's vehicle, a coworker's vehicle, some other work vehicle that my shop does not own, things like that. So, expect to see a lot of different vehicles from a lot of different perspectives, and makes and models, because we got Honda, Mazda, Ford, Freightliner, Isuzu, Mitsubishi, Chevy, GMC. Believe we also have, I forget what our rental 26-foot is. We have, a lot of different things you're going to see me in, plus the Toyota because of the RAV4. So yeah, just expect to keep seeing things coming. And expect to see footage from a lot of new places because these gigs are taking me all over. Which on that front, I'm working like crazy, but I know how things are working now. I know when I'll get random time off, and I've made a set schedule that on later days in the week, I'm not posting as much. I have just the easy things that I can do without thought, like my bourbon content or my shits and giggles content, like the random little things here and there. So that way, early in the week when there's typically less I'm doing in the evenings, I can get compilations out, I can get more of the gaming and all that kind of stuff. Which, going into that, I bought a new laptop. I sounded like I was from New York there, Jesus. I bought a new laptop. For those who know gaming laptops, it is a Dell G15 with an AMD Ryzen 7, an RTX 3060 Ti, and 16 gig RAM, and there's other specs I'm not remembering offhand, but it's a beast. It is overkill for anything I do. The only thing is, because of how I do my video editing, I'm actually changing software. So I will be learning to use HitFilm Express, which, bear with me as I learn to use that and I find little tips and tricks. So expect little things to be ironed out in some of these videos as they come. I have a couple that still need to be processed on Wondershare that are on my old laptop that I will process on there instead of trying to recreate in HitFilm. So expect to see that content slowly start to switch over, see the mechanics change a little bit, the way everything looks will change a little, all that kind of stuff. So also, the side effect of that is there's going to be more gaming. Some of the games I wanted to include on the channel but couldn't, now I can. Expect to see some Car Mechanic Simulator stuff. I only played 2015, but expect to see some of that. As well as BeamNG Drive. This computer handles it like a dream, so you will see some of that. I'm also, while continuing with Euro Truck Simulator, I want to bring in a little bit of American Truck Simulator as well. I never got to play that super heavily. I want to get a little bit more into it. So expect to see that with some mods. Expect to see the campaign stuff as well as the crazy, stupid things that I sometimes do in these games. There'll sometimes be videos of me fucking around, pardon the language, on Apex, or because that's my new big thing I've been playing, or Minecraft, which I'm not going to make hardcore content on any of that, but expect to see some of that content exist. In addition, the one fun thing I might mess around on and maybe kind of do campaign-ish things is Thief Simulator. And I might start getting into being bad at CSGO, or, you know, things like that, just to introduce some new things where I can mess around but also get something out of it. And my new computer cannot run a game as old as Street Legal. It does not like it. I don't know why. It just cannot handle it anymore. But my old laptop still can, so still expect to see that content, just, you know, I have to use my other computer to make it, and then use my new main one to edit it. So that sort of covers the content front. Another thing I'm doing is I'm changing up how I schedule things, where instead of specifying specific videos, I have it set where instead of actually concretely building a thing, this is what I'm uploading Monday. These are the types of videos I'm uploading Tuesday. For example, Monday is a compilation, 2 bourbon videos, a shits and giggles video, maybe a gaming video or something. So expect to see more of that kind of thing as well now, as I move forward and try to figure out how this schedule is going to work best for me. But there's a set plan where this might be a little bit easier on me actually getting content out. It's a little bit less daunting to look at. And it allows me later in the week, again, to not have to think, oh crap, I have to edit this crazy video. It's like, no, I could do that early in the week. And I might even schedule these so that Sunday, if I have a day off, or Monday evening, I will post what I need to post for Monday and schedule as much as I can as well. Just to try to, you know, get ahead of the game if I know I have a crazy week, because I want to keep this content going. And I want it to improve, especially now as my means are improving. Better vehicles, cool new things. I'm also going to introduce sporadically, I'm going to be throwing in old karaoke, or not old, but, you know, I'm bringing back some of the old stuff on occasion, where you might see an occasional time-lapse from a cool drive, especially now that I have a higher quality camera. You might see a karaoke come back every once in a while. The worst of stuff obviously will stick around. You might see more of those Pennsylvania car crash videos. I know I have a 6th one in the works in terms of gathering footage for it, so you might see that in the future. But I'm also introducing a couple brand new things in addition to the gaming. Well, I guess one brand new thing. I'm going to have occasional little banter things and random driving clips. That's the other thing I was thinking of. Like clips where I'm in a box truck and I'm pulling a box truck onto a horse track, because that's pretty cool. Just like, you know, some behind the scenes stuff, or maneuvering a van on dash cam out of our garage without moving the vehicles because I didn't want to move the vehicles, so I'm having fun getting it out of there. And, you know, all that kind of stuff. So expect to see little clips like that. But the big new thing that I'm adding that will actually be part of the car culture sort of thing, in addition to the street legal stuff and occasional things from meets like, you know, car exhaust and random videos I record, burnouts, whatever happens. I have big plans for the pilot, and I am going to do my best to document it. So what we're doing is I'm going to eventually be gutting it, cutting it into a pickup truck, installing smokestacks, installing a snorkel, and this winter on a not modification end, completely tearing apart the drivetrain and engine and rebuilding it, not with new parts, but with new to the car parts. Like, my fuel injectors are bad. I'll buy new fuel injectors, but and new gaskets and stuff. But I need to replace an AC compressor and a rack and pinion, so I'm going to grab those kinds of things from the junkyard when I find good quality ones and rebuild the car. And I'm going to actually try to document the progress on the project of turning it into a pickup, and the progress on the, I don't want to call it a restoration, but the extended maintenance, I guess, of the vehicle. Which will actually be starting. My goal is to maybe post this tonight. This is June 17th. I don't know if I'm going to post it tonight. I'm going to post it within the next day or two, but Saturday, tomorrow, the 18th, my buddy Ryan, who has been featured in a number of videos, be it in our compilations, in the Shits and Giggles, he's been in many of the bourbon videos. We're starting part 1, which is going to be gutting the interior of this pilot, down to practically just a driver's seat and bare necessities in the dash. And I'm gonna see how it's gonna work out, trying to document that, and we'll see how it goes. If it's a little bit shitposty, I mean, that kind of fits how my videos are, and if it's kind of, you know, it's not professional sort of documentation, it's more like leisurely, I mean, that fits what I do. I'm not here to, I don't want to make this my second job. I just want to have fun. I want to put out some stuff that people watch and are interested in, regardless of whether or not the actual content itself is to the standard that some people might want. I'm here for leisure content. And one other, in fact, my last point on content for now, I'm sure there's things I'm missing. I sort of came up with this last minute. But the other big thing with the content is, when it comes to these dash cam compilations, I am almost a full year behind. In fact, no, it's June. I am a year behind. I am on footage that is in June and July, in terms of editing. So I'm coming up on a year. I have a plan now where this means once a week a compilation should be coming out. We'll obviously see that might fluctuate a little bit. These compilations aren't the quickest things to make. I do have a couple of them prepared in advance, and I'm starting to work on new ones. But in theory, once every, I want to say 1 to 2 weeks, which should have me caught up in a year. Which I know sounds crazy. A year if I do it every 2 weeks. Correction. But my goal is to make progress on that. I might skip a few in there and bring back the archive section when I have more free time in the winter. But we'll see. And last but not least, there are plans for the Mazda as well that I will eventually document when I decide to do this. Because I think it's lowered a bit, because I sit lower than every other little sedan I'm parked around. Including other Mazda 3s of this generation. But it's... Excuse me. Okay. I plan to lower it a little bit more. I plan to get nice wheels with summer tires and take the steelies off of here and put on winter tires on that. So that way I have 2 full sets of tires. I want to do an intake. I want to do a catback exhaust. A couple other things. And that will be a as it comes kind of thing. I want to eventually go to LED lights all around. Right now, I mean, my lights are actually really fucking bright. But I want LEDs because I want the crisp white. I don't know. It's a personal thing. I mean, there's not really any... I don't know if there's even an advantage, if not disadvantage. But that's, that's another thing that you can keep an eye out for. I want to, I don't know if I want to put a factory wing or an aftermarket wing on here. I want to potentially get CarPlay in this. A couple other little things, we'll see as it goes. But expect to see content on that in the future as well as I start to do things. And as I do my own maintenance, expect to see videos on that. Although those will fall more likely under tutorials until it becomes the projects, in which case it will fall under my car culture. So that being said, I'm probably 2 minutes away from the hardware store I need to be at. So expect to see some cool new stuff. Expect me to actually try to get back into this a little more. I know I've been slacking, and I don't want to be slacking, and I don't like that I'm posting more update videos than I'm posting regular videos, but that's where we're at, and my goal is to, change that at a pace where it doesn't kill me, because I still need me time. I still want to have fun and do other stuff, and I'm working, like this week, I'm up to over 60 hours. But expect to see cool new stuff. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you stick around. And, yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Oh! I will also add, there will be a walk around of the Mazda at some point. But that is yet to be determined. So, like I said, have a good day. Hope you enjoy the videos, and I hope you stick around for the next one.